Hi! Today we have a kind of different setup than what we typically have. Instead of pens, we have old school, chocolate from Canadian Candy Nostalgia.
Yeah, so what we have is just two of their products. And,
We've
well,
been really enjoying them, so we thought we'd do like a review kind of thing.
yeah, so Canadian Candy Nostalgia. Apparently, rum and butter. I grew up loving these candy, this candy bar.
It's good.
And it was discontinued apparently a decade or more ago. And a company in Alberta called Canadian Candy Nostalgia.
It says right there.
Canadian Candy Nostalgia. I guess they were able to license the recipe and the packaging, and
We'll link their Facebook page or something
Yeah.
in the description if you want to check that out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's a great business.
Mhm.
They're just doing something fun, and
Yeah.
I support it.
Yeah. I know
And
it's
they're
not.
really good.
This is not pens. I think the first one they made was this one, which I'm not familiar with. I don't recall
Cuban
it.
lunch.
Cuban lunch. And apparently the story was they wanted to give a gift to somebody, a friend who was in a nursing home, and they asked her, "What would you like?" And she said, "I would love to have a Cuban lunch." And they went looking for Cuban lunch, and it wasn't made, so they were able. It was
They
discontinued.
started producing them.
So they made some and they gave it to her and it tasted the same. And I guess they were able to license
And
it somehow.
Cuban lunch used to be a chocolate ration that was given to soldiers.
Yeah. So,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Now, I don't know if this was available in Eastern Canada. Maybe it was only Western Canada or the States. But
I don't know where, but if you see any of this, I'd highly recommend it.
And
yeah,
now, rum and butter. It reminds me a little bit of a caramel bar, but
better.
it's a stronger taste. If you're
we'll
familiar
give
with
a description.
If you're familiar with sticky date pudding, the sauce you put on the sticky date pudding is very similar to the filling in this. I
And it's
believe
good.
another one they make is maple buds, and I could be mistaken. They make something called the Reggie bar.
Yes.
Now I remember boxes of maple buds when I was a kid.
I think they showed off some like demos for those
Yes,
on their
I think-
Facebook,
yeah.
and they started production.
Now, oddly enough,
Now,
they were on the news recently with the rum and butter
because they made too many.
Well, what happened was I think there was a delay during the COVID
Yes.
pandemic or something, or where they had ordered them, but they put an expiry date on them. You don't actually have to have an expiry date on these, apparently.
Oh yeah,
But they had,
they last forever.
but they
pretty
put it
much.
on. They put them on the box, and when they got them, it was very close to the expiry date. So they had like 100,000 chocolate bars that they wanted to get rid of quickly. And I believe they were able to sell quite a few of them, and they also donated a lot of them to different people and organizations.
Lovely people who run it.
There was a nice story on the CBC about them. And so, should we try one?
Yeah, let's crack her open.
Let's take this one and
Want
open
to
it up.
do this first or Cuban lunch?
Let's open that one up first.
Okay. So, as you can see, it's like really thick plastic. It's the same packaging,
The packaging
assume,
is-
that they use.
The packaging is pretty much exactly the same.
Oh, and
Yeah.
look at that.
Oh yeah, let's cut one open.
If
I hope you don't mind messiness. Oh, okay. Yeah.
these are amazing. They have
So-
like a good layer of
Yeah, so there's a little sort of a caramel center, but and it doesn't really taste like rum, but it tastes very. It's not sweet.
the chocolate almost has a fruity hint.
No, I don't
Or
think.
not chocolate, the almost
I don't
a
see any-
fruitiness in the caramel.
No,
No,
I don't taste that at all.
You don't pick that up.
No, it does taste a
It's-
bit like a liqueur. Like it
Yeah.
tastes like a chocolate that has like a liqueur in it, but
Like it's sweet,
yeah.
but not too sweet. Has a great buttery flavor. Highly recommend them.
I would say it's highly buttery. Yeah,
They come in good portions.
rum and butter,
It's delicious.
and these are actually best in a fridge. Put it in the fridge, let it cool down because
Highly recommend it.
because it turns into a very nice, tasty treat. Now, yeah, I didn't. Now I used to eat these when I was a kid, and then I hadn't seen them for a while, and I didn't even think about them again until I heard the story on CBC. And I actually no,
happened
I came
was-
across these first, and I bought one because I hadn't seen that for a while, so I bought one. And then the next week, the story broke where they were trying to get rid of them.
And the thing is, whenever he had bought it, the wrapper was in the car, so I asked Mom about what's a rum butter bar, and it sounded really good. So one day in the car, I just brought it up with Dad. So we drove down to the drove down to the store where he found them and got like 6 of them.
Anyway,
everybody loves chocolate.
Anyway, yes. Now the Cuban lunch. Let's open the Cuban lunch.
Cuban lunch is
so.
good. It's a peanut. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but instead of peanut butter, it's just whole peanuts.
Yeah.
It's a bit salty. The chocolate is nice and creamy.
So it comes in this
really
little paper wrapper,
yep.
or a little paper tray.
Now it's a fairly
it's like a cupcake wrapper.
It's a fairly large serving, so I'd recommend just taking a knife out.
I wouldn't eat all this in one go. When you cut it, it breaks up into this beautiful sort of nice chocolate.
It's a bit crumbly, but
full of peanuts.
It's full of peanuts. It tastes very similar to a Reese's peanut butter cup, just less sweet. And it has the texture of real peanuts, since that's what's in it.
And you know what? I like Reese's peanut butter cups, but I like this better.
Me too. I agree fully.
And, yeah, so it's Cuban lunch. Apparently it was, I guess, I'm going to say the Cuban Army?
Yeah.
Back
and it has a lot.
It was used in the rations of the soldiers. I don't know if it was...
and honestly, the peanuts have like a good amount of salt in them and on them.
Yeah.
So it's like a nice salty peanut chocolate treat. And it's really good. Anyway,
we're kind of fans of this little company. I like the fact that somebody started a small company to bring back sort of old school candy of their childhood or that they had memories of that are no longer produced. Canadian candy nostalgia. Yeah. And anyway, I really like the idea of these little cottage industries or these small little companies.
And honestly,
doing something really cool.
Both of these are very similar to a lot of modern stuff, but better.
Yeah, I think so.
I prefer the old stuff. If you have any like old school candies you had as a kid, that aren't around anymore, just anything like that,
let us know.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Anyway.
Have you ever had this kind of
chocolate? Have you tried the rum and butter bars? Have you tried the Cuban lunch? Does anybody know where Cuban lunch actually originated? That'd be kind of cool. I know Cuban, so I'm guessing Cuba, but
are there any other
maybe it was actually something in the States where some
Are there any other type of old school candies we should try?
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're having a nice day.
Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day.
I hope we don't eat all this in one go.
We are.
Well, we won't. Did you brush your teeth?
Yes.
All right.
It's been a different video and it's a bit short, but it's fun to just do something new. So.
Anyway, I'll post a couple links to the story on CBC if I can find it, and I'll post a link to their webpage.
I highly recommend checking it out and supporting them. They're just a small business.
And it's funny when you bite into something that you haven't tasted in a long time, it does bring back old memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Hope you're all having a great day.
Well, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.